What's going on today, YouTube? MrJGilbert here, and we all know New World is a game that is making strides. Now, it was very, we'll just say difficult at launch for the first few months, but as time goes on, it has gotten better. Well, here's the thing. Recently, we sat down with a couple players from New World who collectively, we all have over 2,000 hours in the game. We just got to talking about what the game needs and what the game would make it better in the future. Now, let me know in the comments below what you think of these changes or these things that we would like to implement in the game. Which one's your favorite? Or if you have something new that you would like to add into New World that you think would help out, please comment below and let me know what that is. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos to get future updates on all new videos coming out. I appreciate you guys and enjoy the video. Last question that I had for you guys. I know we've talked about this DLC that's dropping the roadmap, since coming up the summer, the autumn with Brimstone and Greatsword, all this right now. But my last question is, what do you guys feel is the direction that New World should take in the future? So like past this roadmap, what direction does New World need to go?
Who's fielding first? Do we flip the guitar pick that's completely
If
orange
you,
on
if
both
you got
sides,
something
or-
right off the cuff,
Okay.
go ahead. I got something, but I'm
Well,
compiling.
This is the problem in the early days, and it's something they're implementing now, and it's literally something that it's not. It wasn't alone to us. We weren't the only ones saying this. They're now implementing the fast travels. They're the Azoth changes and stuff like that. The hidden stashes and stuff like that. So that's a really, really good implementation for like the casual to just run out there and it's like, I only have 2 hours a day to log into this. And that's where I think they lost a lot of people in the early days. I remember specifically Blast was just like, dude, what the 250 Azoth to get to you guys to run this thing?
Oh yeah.
I can't fucking afford it. I
Too
don't
much.
have it. So, like, removing a couple of those grindy elements where it's like if you're truly skilled and things of that nature, where you can earn these things instead of just putting a shit ton of time into a game and it rewards skill over grind, I think they're moving in the right direction, but I think they're a little slow to do it. So the implementation and of these new ideas and things of that nature need to be happening at a much faster pace. It's literally going through coding and changing values. That's all they had to fucking do for the fast travel.
Yep.
It's cool that they added new points. That's great. But they didn't have to. You could have literally just went in, changed a couple of integers in coding, and removed some of the big problems and retained your player base. But that's the stubbornness of developers that I think we're seeing now, where it's just like, we know what you want. We know what you want. We got a great franchise here. We got a great idea.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, but y'all fuck it up down the road, don't you? So
Sure.
so I'm hoping that in the future, New World listens to the players and what they want. And I think the expedition like Q is a fucking great idea. It's a good way to get people back. It's like a guy logs onto the game. He only has like 2 hours, a night, maybe, if that, maybe like every 2 or 3 days to play the fucking game. He wants to get in there. He wants to do a dungeon and get the fuck out.
Right.
Awesome. That's the kind of shit that needs to be implemented like earlier.
Yeah.
So the practical application of like these like ideas that like just listen to your player base. We were saying this shit like day one. When I watched fucking Death Reaper die fucking 5 times trying to get to me and Stu, like that shit was stupid.
Right.
I went back and
Do you
got
know what
his
his
ass.
stream was? Do you know what his stream was? Fucking like PUBG auto run simulator. That's what it looked like. The guy's just running through the forest. Hey, look, a wolf. I'm level 1. Oh shit. One tap.
Yep.
So, like, shit like that has to get out of there. You have to be more open to the casuals. You can make some of the later game content, kind of like the expertise shit, more grindy for us, like guys that have a little bit more time to grind out the game.
Yep.
And that's cool, but there should also be opportunities for the casual gamer who has less than 10 hours a week to fucking game.
Right.
And I think that would increase player base, viewer base, and I think it would incentivize everybody to put more time into the game.
True.
But that's just me.
So I'm going to be on more of a technical aspect. I want to see more transparency in what the fuck your attribute points actually do. I want to know how much health I'm gaining each attribute point. I want to know how much percentage damage, strength. I want to see exactly what that is. If I'm getting health from a buff from a town that I have a house in, I want to see that the entire time I have it, and I want a notification when it goes away if something happens. That town gets hit by a war and it gets downgraded, and I lose that buff. I want to see more, modular details about every buff in the game. I want to know exactly what's happening.
Your
The
numbers
other
guy.
thing
Yeah.
because how are you gonna play a game? How are you gonna perfect what you're trying to do if you don't know exactly what your numbers are?
Mhm.
Where you got to go to another site to see some dude that did the fucking crazy math to break it down. Like I
For
want to see
anybody
that in the
watching
game.
though, like you should talk about how your con changed and explain that.
Oh
Like
yeah, so
just
one
from
of my
1
reasons
week
for
to
that
next.
Right. Yeah.
is I used
I
to
was
be
thinking
a
that.
solely con based tank. I had so much con. I had like almost 19k HP fully buff, which was crazy high. But I would just randomly lose 1.5 to 2.5k health at random. I'd be playing fine all day with my max HP, doing great. I would, go through an instance, come back out, instantly lost, 1,000, 2,000 health. No idea why. My gear didn't change, my buffs didn't change. Everything that was on my character was the exact same. And you talk about it to people like, oh, it's a bug. You have to unequip all your stuff, re-equip it, log out, fucking full fresh restart the game. And it's like I shouldn't have to do that to fix the bug. I
Mhm.
should be able to look at what I have, see exactly what I have, and see exactly what buffs are benefiting. Whether it's a trophy that I have or a town buff or a food buff, I should see exactly what it's doing.
Right.
At the same point in time, I would love to see them eventually add larger expeditions, more than 5 man. Because if you're in a guild, you're running 5 man with the same people over and over again. You're
Yeah.
running multiple groups. Give me a 15. Give me a 10. Give me
Yep.
a 25 where you
Yep.
have a big baddie to go after. It's a larger version of a similar raid,
Maybe the
except
raid
for
takes
mechanics.
longer, or the
Okay, so
Yeah,
for
expedition
that
takes
though,
longer.
do you remember the turkey for Thanksgiving or
yeah.
the Easter bunny, right?
Or
So I
the
get what
Yeti.
you're saying. Like you could LFG and it would put together a group of like 20 people. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Or if you just like LFG for Shattered Mountain Runs.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think that's
Let us have a larger group so we can do stuff, even if it's just like I said. Maybe don't call it. We call it like an adventure or some shit like that. Give it another name where we can go into like Tempest with a 25 man, and it's different than Mutation. You could have a 25 man mutated. That'd be a great way to keep content fresh and give you abilities to work with your guilds.
Right.
yep.
One thing that I thought of too, and again, this is just kind of my
Company.
take on what maybe they could do for something cool. Okay, the whole premise of the game is a new world. Like they're on this new island, right? You're on
Oh, I'd
this
love
new area, new land. What if, as a faction, you had to donate like wood or iron or
to
whatever
build it up.
to build, like, say, a ship that you as a faction go raid some random island for extra loot? That's like an
Yeah,
extra like thing. See what I'm
See,
saying?
I think it'd be
I
a
mean, the
great unique
pirate
mechanic.
theme is very heavy in the game,
Heavy,
so that would
heavy as fuck.
be
Right.
that
So
would
like
be
why not
really,
have
really
it to
good.
where factions can,
That's a
like,
good
hey,
idea.
you as like
I would love that.
Marauders or you as Covenant or whatever, say, hey, put into this pot, like, hey, we need we need so much wood, we need so much, whatever, food or
Stone,
whatever it is.
lodestones,
And then once you
craft
get to
this.
that
Yeah.
goal, then you set a time to when you as a faction, whoever wants to join or cap it at, 25, 30, whatever it is, and then do this like island run. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
would love
For
that.
Yeah.
I think
extra
that
stuff.
would be a
I think that'd be
great
kind of
addition.
cool.
That
Like-
would be good, like for like an out of map thing. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like where they could invent like this own little world
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's a great idea. Yeah, yeah.
And it would play into what I was
Hey,
saying about the
hey, tweet that.
2025 man shit. Yeah, no, that's a
Tweet
great, that's a
that.
great fucking idea.
Clip it, chat. Clip
Clip
it.
it, ship
Gonna, at the devs on that one. All right, guys. So we're going to get to the chat questions here. Try to get caught up as quick as we can.